Hi friends, Miss Stephanie here, and I'm back with another book. And this is a book that I remember when I was little like you. And this is Edward the Emu, and he lives in a zoo. So let's learn a little bit about Edward. Edward the Emu was sick of the zoo. There was nowhere to go. There was nothing to do. And compared to the seals that lived right next door, well, being an emu was frankly a bore. So that night, when the zookeeper went home to bed, Edward jumped from his pen and he laughed as he said, "The seals are best, anybody can tell, so tomorrow I'll just be a seal as well." The next morning at 9, when they opened the zoo, the seals were swimming, and Edward was too. He dived in the water and basked in the sun, and he balanced a ball on his beak just for fun. I want to know what the seal is thinking. Well, Edward was really enjoying the day till he overheard someone behind the fence say, "The seals are always amusing, it's true, but the lion's the best thing to see at the zoo." I wonder if we can make a prediction where Edward goes next. So that night when the zookeeper went home to bed, Edward jumped from the pool and he smiled as he said, "The lion's the best, anybody can tell. So tomorrow I'll just be a lion as well." The next morning at 9, when they opened the zoo, the lions were roaring, and Edward was too. He snarled at the ladies and growled at the men. Life was certainly grand for a lion in his den. Do you see Edward trying to sleep in a tree like a lion? Well, Edward was having a wonderful day till a man in the crowd had the gumption to say, "The lions of beasts I shall always detest. The snakes are the thing that I like to see best." Can you guess where Edward's gonna go next? This is a great picture. So that night when the zookeeper went home to bed, Edward crept from the cage and he grinned as he said, "If the snakes are the best things, and that's what they say, then tomorrow I'll just be a snake for a day." The next morning at 9, when they opened the zoo, the snakes were all hissing, and Edward was too. He slipped around the rocks. It was magic to see. Then he curled himself casually up around a tree. What do you think that snake is thinking right now? Now, in this part of the story, can you predict what's going to happen next? Something always happens that makes Edward leave. Well, Edward was just warming up for the day when he overheard one of the visitors say, "The snakes are impressive, I know it's true, but the emu is by far the best thing at the zoo." "The emu?" gasped Edward. "My goodness, that's me! I'm the thing that the gentlemen most like to see." Now the seals, the lions, the snakes, and the rest, it's Edward the emu he likes to see best. So that night, when the zookeeper went home to bed, Edward slipped from the cage and he laughed as he said, "It's the emu the best, then that's easy then. Tomorrow I'm Edward the emu again." Edward ran to the place where he used to reside, but oh, what a shock when he clambered inside. He found himself suddenly face to face with the emu they'd brought in to take Edward's place. They thought he was missing, so they got a different emu. The emus considered each other a while. Then the new emu said with a shy little smile, "Hello, I'm Edwina. It's nice meeting you. You're the best thing I've seen since I came to the zoo." The end. There's a couple of things happening in that book. There was a lot of rhyming words, and there were some predictable parts that kept happening. Edward would go to an animal cage, try to be that animal, and then he would hear a visitor say something else was the best thing to see at the zoo. So then Edward would go to that animal and try to be that animal. Friends, people are always going to have something negative to say, and it's really important that we don't listen to them and we don't make their words change who we are. You are perfect just the way you are, unique and different, just like Edward. And Edward learned, you know what? He's not a seal, he's not a lion, he's not even a snake. But he is an emu and he likes being himself. And that is the author's message in the story. I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye, friends.